I've started to write my own database system as a practice, and I'm here to tell you why and how. In this series of videos, I will discuss the challenges, solutions, researches, and my journey as I'm implementing this piece of software. But first, you need to know a little bit about me. Once upon a time, in the distant past, when human life was a serene symphony of peace, software engineers lived in a blissful bubble of simplicity. They only needed to learn a few technologies, basking in the luxury of never having to understand how anything worked under the hood. Job opportunities flowed like an endless river, quenching the thirst of every aspiring coder in the industry. But then, the winds of change swept through the tranquil landscape. Technology advanced at a dizzy pace, transforming the once placid world into a storm of complexity. Knowing HTML and CSS was no longer a golden ticket. The quaint charm of PHP started to fade into obsolescence. The mere mention of jQuery elicited derisive laughter from the hip. Modern developers who scoffed at its simplicity. Humanity, in its infinite wisdom, soon discovered that copy and pasting code from Stack Overflow wasn't the panacea it once seemed. Bugs crept into production environments, wreaking havoc and shattering the illusion of infallibility. It was a revelation, a harsh awakening to the fact that the true understanding required more than just borrowed snippets of wisdom.
And then, as if the universe itself decided to up the ante, AI was born. A new era dawned, where machines began to learn, adapt, and evolve at a rate that left human minds reeling. The age of tranquility was but a distant memory, replaced by an exhilarating yet terrifying future, where the only constant was change, and the only certainty was uncertainty.
So anyways, I am probably a software engineer with around 8 years experience in designing and developing web-based applications. And I have no idea what this guy is doing, but he seems to be very happy about it. I said probably because, unlike the person in the frame, I don't know my real position in this evolving industry. In last 2 jobs I had in past 5 years, I have been promoted to senior software engineer and tech lead. But quite frankly, I never felt like I deserved those titles. I either see less of myself, or perhaps the expectation of those companies were too low. Don't get me wrong, I have improved the tech stack, infrastructure, and the team I was working with in both cases. And I have learned a lot during the process. But there was always something missing. I always felt like there are tons of stuff that I don't know. And even though I didn't need them at all on daily basis, they were super important. Perhaps a college student would know most of these topics, but I never went to university or college, and I was just self-taught.
I'm going to give a hot take on this. I don't think we can tend to it. Here's the reason why, is that no matter how hard we try, no matter how much I write about good programming techniques, no matter how much I do anything, at the end of the day, until you have shot yourself in the foot, 1,000 times, you're not going to be good. You're not going to be an expert. No matter how many times you've heard these right things to do the right thing in the moment for your specific problem requires experience, years of it, over and over again.
So when someone says single responsibility principle and you have this idea in your head and you build it a certain way and at some point you realize how bad it was, it's because you just needed enough time to get to this point to realize what single responsibility means best in every situation.
Because you just don't understand why. And that's okay, but that's just how life works. Unfortunately, software engineering is this really weird place where good ideas can land, you can think about them, you can accept them, but to apply them is virtually impossible.
He's right. And you can apply that rule to many topics within software engineering. I think it is one of the main causes of the skill issues, at least for me. Everything I am good at is because I have done it hundreds of times, and the core subjects I am awful at is because I have either never done them or only did them few times. So I have studied some algorithm courses, and to really shoot myself in the foot, I have decided to put some of what I have learned into implementing a new database from scratch.
Basic understanding on how databases work internally.
The complexity of using an algorithm in action rather than just studying it.
How crazy AI-generated code can be, and how it can still help you understand some things.
Pitfalls of writing high-performance code using multiple threads and cache. And understanding indexing, which is where we begin things by diving deeper into algorithms like B+tree, LRU, and Bloom filters. And we also see how engineers try to foresee problems while designing a solution.
If you also don't know your position in this complex world of software engineering,
or if you think you're becoming older and you're stuck like a stepsister in a washing machine,
or you are a junior developer, less or more, or just want to hang out and watch me go through pain.
this series is gonna be for you.
For you!
For you!
For you!